Today we are talking about appendix inside waistband carry and an introduction, step-by-step guide, pointers, tips, whatever you want to call it, to start carrying appendix and how to draw appendix, and some drills or safe measures that you need to be aware of when you start carrying appendix. First thing that you want to do is if you're not carrying one up, if you're not carrying one up, you want to be certain that your weapon is safe. So let's do that quickly and I'll show you. So I'm sitting with a live weapon. Obviously, very important, make sure that you are in a safe area, either brick wall, concrete wall, usually in a corner is very safe. Don't do it in front of any wooden walls or just in front of a door. Make sure you are in a safe space in your house with crayons. Okay. Alrighty, so obviously first thing you want to do is magazine out, and then empty the chamber. If there's a round in, it should fall out. Okay, we have the round, putting it away. Then you want to make doubly sure that there's nothing inside, so do a slide lock and do a check. So if a round were to be stuck, it would look like that. Can you see that? Focus. There we go. So you would see a round stuck. And it is safely out. Check again, make doubly sure. Never do a looking down the barrel check. That's just stupid. Okay. So we are very certain that there is nothing inside. Slide lock down and pull the trigger. You are now safe. And then remove the ammo, put it in a separate room if you want to be extra safe. Also, if you have other people in the house, do let them know that you are going to be dry firing, so nobody comes and runs into the room unexpectedly. Okay, let's move on. Okay, for the purposes of this video, I will be using a blue gun for the demonstrations. It's just visibly easier to see a blue gun move around than black on black, if you understand what I'm saying. And obviously it's perfectly safe. So right from the start, you want to be as economical as possible with your movements. And the only thing limbs wise that should be moving when you are drawing is your arms. You don't want to train in any unnecessary body movements, shoulder shrugging, moving from side to side. That's all detrimental to your final position, which is your shooting position. So I'm assuming that you all have a very good grip on your final shooting position and where it should be. Now it's just to get your weapon into that position from a holstered state. Very important is that you get your garment out of the way. You don't want to be grabbing garment with your weapon when you go for a purchase. But this is the technical term for grabbing your gun, is a purchase. So this is the first thing that you want to practice, is just grabbing the t-shirt. Now there are several ways that you can do that. You can use your hand in a cup-like way from the bottom to lift your t-shirt up. or you can grab it with your fingertips right about in the middle of your body and lift it up. Or you can start with a position where you already have your hand on the t-shirt and then just clearing the garment so you can get to your weapon. Many schools have thought about which one works the best and in what situation. I'm pretty sure in an actual situation you would be more inclined to want to do the third one, where you start with the garment. But for now, the first set of movements that you want to practice is just the garment. Whichever one you choose, you want to practice that movement over and over, and you can just bring your shooting, your strong hand, just into position close to the weapon. I prefer grabbing the middle of the shirt and lifting it up just high enough so my hand has a clean purchase area. Pause the video and just practice this a couple of times. I firmly believe in monkey see, monkey do training styles, so that's all you want to do there. Okay, so after you've done that a couple hundred times, you're ready for phase 2. By the way, if you do have a blue gun, by all means practice with a blue gun, or airsoft is also acceptable. So phase 2 would be you start with your garment cleared and your hand is just going to move into position. That's all you're going to be doing. You want to find the exact spot. You're busy training your muscle memory for that exact spot, and you only want your arm to move, nothing else. You don't want to have any body canting, shoulder shrugging movements, just that arm. Now, I suggest doing this like you would do a gym workout reps and sets. So do about, I would say 5 sets, 10 reps each time you go make coffee. Just do this, boom, and that's all you do. 10 reps, 5 sets. Then you move on to phase 2, garment cleared, just bringing your hand into purchase. And purchase, let me see. Focus, okay. Depending on your body type and various other things, you may be able to get a full purchase with the thumb all the way through, or you can go for this one if the weapon is very, very tight, depending on how you carry. But you want to have all your fingers, everything completely through, and this finger in your safety area. Okay, so thumb can be riding on the back of the slide, or if you can, wrap it around and get your hand completely up into that dovetail. Just jam it up all the way into the dovetail. So start there, boom, boom. After you've done that a couple hundred times, you're ready to combine the two. And if you can stand in front of a mirror, that would also help a lot, so you can focus on just having your arms move and no other head movements, shoulder movements, hip movements, as I said. So phase 3 is clear garment and hand in purchase position. Do this another couple hundred times. Then you're ready for phase 4. Phase 4 is, now phase 4, again, you're just going to practice that from this starting point. Okay, so phase 1 was only clearing garment and up to here. Phase 2 was garment already cleared, just hand up. Phase 3 is when you bring those together, clearing garment, hand into purchase position. Now phase 4, you're going to start here. So you're not going to start from here, you're going to start from here. You're building, these are steps that will allow you to complete a full draw, but it's very essential that you isolate every step and get it perfectly. So you can start here and draw a weapon out and push forward. So draw a weapon out, release shirt and arms forward. Weapon out, arms forward. So this is where you start. Weapon out, arms straight forward. No other movements. Weapon out, arms forward. Weapon out, arms forward. Okay, then do that for another couple hundred times. Also, sets and reps help a lot, battling fatigue. So now, after that, we're going to put it all together into one fluid motion with no speed at all. You're just going to try and stay as smooth as possible. So we'll start from here, garment up, purchase, weapon out, and present. Start from here. Only the arms move. That's all you want. Boom. Okay, once you get to the this final phase, you want to do roughly 3,000 to 4,000 reps before you attempt your first live shooting scenario. This is very, very important. You need to build up that muscle memory and that confidence. You cannot just be a Rambo and go to the range. It's the accident ratio for this thing is just too great if you are not competent enough with the full draw. So please, when you do this, make sure you get enough reps in before you try live fire. And I'm sure now with the lockdown, nobody will be able to do any live fire. So you'll have loads of time to just practice your draw. Speed and all that will come at a later stage. What you want is to have a clean, smooth motion from start to finish. If you can, put a little dot on the wall or something to aim at so you end up in exactly the same spot each time. And that's all you want to do in your final phase. Practicing proper safety at all times is very, very important. Let me just do a recap in mind, see if I got everything. Just remembered something. Okay, so when you reholster, throughout the whole exercise, even if you're dry firing, never engage the trigger. You're not there yet. You're just practicing the draw. So when you reholster, okay, let me see if I can do it from the side here. Yeah. Be very careful not to do this when you reholster. I've seen a lot of guys reholster like that. Okay, you want to keep the weapon down and make sure. Take your time, like by all means, when you get this thing back up again. So when you reholster, take your time. So go through the motion and then make very sure you reholster correctly. So even when you start building up a little bit of speed after sort of 1,000 clean reps, you can start building up your speed a bit. Keep it very, very smooth. You don't want to have jerky movements. Just clean, smooth, and relaxed. But yeah, make very sure about your reholstering. Never point it into your stomach. Keep the muzzle down and in. Okay, that's about it. I hope that this was successful, and next time we can look at doing some drills and how you can add mag changes and movement and just some extra bits of goodies you can do at home. Okay, have fun, guys. Okay, I just remembered something rather important when it came to Penix carry, or any kind of carry, and something important about my holsters. All my holsters come standard with 2 clips. This is super important for the following reason. So the double clip system, let's see if we can sprawl some camera move pan down, allows your holster to stay, or your weapon to stay in exactly the same spot on your pants. This is very important for muscle memory. Because in a situation, if you need to go for your weapon quickly, you want to find it in exactly the same spot, and that's where the double clip system helps. So it prohibits your weapon from falling around in your pants and moving around. So if you had one clipped system and you say you got into a scuffle and you moved around and you need to go for your weapon, now your arm is going to go exactly where your muscle memory remembered it. So if this weapon, say for instance, moved, let's say down there or all the way down there, you're going to go here and you're going to fumble, and you don't want any of that. The other reason is that's just way more secure with 2 clips. I mean, there's no way that the holster can ever come undone. And these J clips that I use are very, very tough, especially with a good belt. So a good belt is essential for any carry position. So just throw in a couple of focusing full speed draws. So after you've done your 3,000, 4,000 practice sets, you can move on to building up your speed. Okay. If you then after that get to the range and you want to start live fire practice, start slow, very slow. Okay, it's very important then when you go live fire to just, and when you reach your final position, stay there for a second or two, then get your finger onto the trigger and pull. So while you're practicing, it's very important in the beginning to end up with your finger like this and never engage the trigger when practicing. Okay? Remember that. Remember that shit. Okay, that's it. Let's start editing. I'm done with that button.